Governor Palin, what is your position on the resignation of Musharraf?
Laying down.
What do you think the United States should do about Iran?
Lie down.
And what do you think about Iran's nuclear proliferation?
Well, I do believe in nuclear power. I do believe that we need to reduce our energy dependence and have nuclear power. I do.
What will you call your anti-dependence movement?
Praise the pipeline.
What do you say to the people that say that the North Slope of Alaska should be left pristine and virgin?
Virgin? Well, first of all, I live in Alaska, and there are so many polar bears and trees and moose, and there are plenty to go around and to still get the gas from the mountains. And I don't really understand anybody who thinks that we should just leave it sitting there.
What do you think about the Russians staking territory in the Arctic?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because that brings to light my international experience as contrasted with Senator Obama's international experience. Because, as you know, I am right up in that same region, and I have to say that there are not very many people there. There are polar bears, and there are caribou, and there are moose, and when I look out with my binoculars, I don't see anybody there at all. So I'm not sure what they're referring to, honestly.
Do you think that the United States should be giving nuclear secrets to India?
No.
Why?
Well, I as somebody who believes in family values, I think that secrets need to be secrets, and we all have our highs and our lows and our ups and our downs, and I think that secrets should never be handed out to anybody in any circumstances.
Are you insulted by the people that call you trailer trash?
I'm insulted by the question, actually.
And what do you think of community service?
Community service. You know, as governor, I have done real service. I have had responsibilities, and I hear about community service, and all I picture is people sitting around eating hamburgers off of paper plates and gossiping, honestly.
And why do you and your 5 girlfriends call yourselves the Elite 6?
Oh, that's just a joke among us girls. We're just regular gals kidding around about being elite. But if you want to really talk about elite, let's talk about Senator Obama. While he was at Harvard studying law, I was a real girl out there doing the beauty pageants and learning about life.
Do you miss doing beauty pageants?
Well, no, I don't. I mean, I'm not just a pretty face. I can fire a gun.
What policy will you institute to reform welfare in America?
Well, I think that welfare needs to be completely eliminated, as I've discussed on my platform. I mean, the liberal Democrats think that we should just pour our money onto the middle class and the lower class, and it doesn't help them at all. It just makes them pitiful and needy. So I think that welfare should be gotten rid of as soon as possible, and I believe that that is God's will.
What do you say about the commandment that Christ said that true religion is feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, and visiting those that are in prison?
Well, I certainly do agree with clothing the naked. That is very important to me as a Christian. As far as visiting people in prison go, I mean, if Christ said it, then certainly there should be occasional visits to people in prison. I mean, everybody deserves to have a little bit of social contact with their friends. What was the other part of the question?
Uh,
Oh, giving money to the poor. Well, as I mentioned previously, I do believe that too much money is just being thrown at the poor, and it's not doing anybody any good at all.
what is your stand on capital punishment?
Well, if somebody commits a crime, they need to be punished accordingly. And to those liberal Democrats who say that capital punishment doesn't do any good, I'd like to know what they would do if one of their friends or family was murdered, and then they what, are they going to go walking by and hand them a daisy?
Governor Obama feels that there should be universal health care eventually in the United States. What is your position?
We have a wonderful health care system. And all we need to do is tweak it a little bit so that a few of the stragglers can get some insurance. But universal health care is completely inappropriate. Why should the government handle our health care?
I understand you don't like cats, Governor Palin. Can you tell us why?
I just don't like them.